Are you waiting for the GoPro MAX 2 in 2022? I've got good news, bad news, and I'm going to share with you a new technique for the GoPro MAX. So the good news is that GoPro has finally talked about the GoPro MAX 2. The bad news is it's not necessarily the news that we want to hear. Basically, GoPro officially confirmed that there will be no GoPro MAX 2 in 2022. But wait a minute, didn't they say that they were going to produce 4 new cameras in 2022, and wouldn't the GoPro MAX be one of them? That's actually a misunderstanding. That rumor came about because in the Q4 2021 earnings call, Nick Woodman said that GoPro would have 4 camera lines in 2022. Now we have the Hero, and they released the Bones and the Mini, and the Max sounds like it would be the 4th line, and it is. But they did not say that they would produce 4 new cameras. They just said that they would just have 4 lines. So they do have 4 lines. The Max will still continue. They're not gonna discontinue it. All right, fine, but that doesn't rule out the possibility that there will be GoPro MAX 2 in 2022, right? Yeah, except that GoPro's official Twitter account already tweeted that there will be no GoPro MAX 2 in 2022. Maybe it's some other 360 camera and it's just not going to be called the GoPro MAX. No, they ruled that out too. They said no new 360 or spherical cameras in 2022. And in case you're wondering if it's just some rogue intern answering someone on Twitter, no, they've said the exact same thing to at least 3 other people, like literally the same words. So this is the official line. So how significant is this? Well, GoPro released the GoPro Omni in 2016, then the Fusion in 2017, and then the GoPro Max in 2019. Now, if they're not releasing the GoPro Max 2 in 2022, then that means that there's going to be a gap for at least 3 years between the Max and its successor. Now, 3 years might not seem like a long time, but for 360 cameras, that's a significant amount of time. The silence is particularly deafening given that GoPro released 2 new niche products this year. The Bones for FPV and the Mini for, I don't know, FPV? Meanwhile, Insta360 has already released, I believe, 4 360 cameras in that same time period. So the big question is, why not? So the first possibility is that GoPro has lost interest in 360. But there are 2 facts that go against this. First of all, in an interview with Wired, Nick Woodman affirmed that GoPro was interested in 360 cameras. Secondly, as I mentioned earlier, there was an earnings call where Nick said that GoPro would maintain 4 lines, Max being one of them. So it looks like GoPro is sticking with 360. Another possibility is that GoPro is just timing the economy. Like the economy is kind of like on shaky ground right now. Maybe they just want to hold off until the economy's better. That could be true, but then again, they did release 2 new niche products. The Bones and Mini are very niche products. They're not mass market products, and they still released them in 2022. So the economy didn't stop them from releasing those 2 new products. Now, a third possibility is that they're just not yet ready for a new 360 camera yet, that they're still waiting for a bigger difference between the Max and its successor. That's kind of like what I'm hoping. Now, as for when that's going to happen, well, who knows? Now, here's a new technique for the GoPro MAX. How would you like to shoot without having to reframe? You might have heard that the new Insta360 X3 has this feature called Me Mode that lets you do exactly that. The good news is that on the GoPro MAX, you can kind of sort of do that too. Let me show you how. Step 1, just shoot with the GoPro MAX the same way you normally do on a selfie stick. Step 2 is to launch the video in GoPro Player. Then turn off World Lock and turn off horizon level. Step 3 is to swipe the screen to put the subject in the middle of the shot. So here I'm in the middle of the shot. If necessary, click on rotate and then rotate the shot to level. And that's it. Once your shot is level, you can click on keyframe and then click on one keyframe. This is going to save you time because if world lock and horizon level are turned on and you change directions, then you'll be out of the view and you'll have to add the keyframe to keep the camera on you. Now, if instead you turn off world lock and you change directions, the camera will follow you, but every time the camera moves below the horizon, the view will rotate 180 degrees. Now, with this new technique, the camera will follow you even if you change directions. The camera's view will remain pointed the same direction even if the camera is above the horizon or below the horizon. Above the horizon, below the horizon. Now, the disadvantage is that because we've turned off world lock and horizon lock, then the stabilization won't be as good. So, for example, right now, if I'm twisting the camera here and there, then you can see that, the stabilization isn't perfect. You can add a keyframe to level the horizon. It should still need fewer keyframes than the traditional method. Now this time I'm shooting with the Insta360 X3. Check out the stabilization. What do you think? Now the Insta360 X3 can also do a few things that the Max can't do so far. And if you want to find out more about the X3, check out this review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in 360.